Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. Good morning to all. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful Monday morning, our post Mother's Day. Happy Mommy's Day to all of the mommies who join me on Mondays for Maximize Your Monday. Good morning, all. So listen, I am so excited about today. Why? Because it's Monday. You guys know how much I love Mondays, and I truly believe that we need to start learning how to maximize our Mondays instead of dreading them. So often we wake up and we dread the start of our week, and I'm learning that the reason why most people dread the start of their week is because you haven't learned or fulfilled purpose as of yet. So we're going to start learning how to maximize our Mondays instead of dreading our Mondays. So listen. For those who may not know, good morning. My name is LaToya Early, and I am a vision coach, and I am founder of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit to success, your pursuit to happiness, and absolutely your pursuit to purpose. So thank you so much for joining us. We are a vision development firm where we help aspiring and growing entrepreneurs create a strong foundation for success through vision writing and through vision planning. We teach you how to turn your purpose into profit. So as a vision coach, it is my assignment, it is my responsibility to help you see bigger, to help you see greater, and to help you reach past the limitations that you've placed on yourself. Because how many of us know that 9 times out of 10, the reason why we haven't reached our full potential, or the reason why we haven't gone after that dream, is because we place limitations on ourselves. So good morning. Just to let you both know that I am on both Facebook Live and Periscope. So good morning. Please feel free to click your Periscope guide. I'm not sure if Facebook has this capability as of yet, but please invite your followers. Invite those to join us for Maximize Your Monday. I have something great that I want to share with you. I've learned that a lot of times people may not want to start their business, or they may not want to start their nonprofit, or may not want to go after their dreams because they have a few issues that they're not sure how to overcome. So I wanted to share with you a few issues that I had, so that you can know that you're not the only one that had to go through, or you're not the only one that had these small hiccups before you were able to get to the place that you desired to be to start your business. So good morning. Again, don't forget to visit us at www.chasegreatenterprises.com so that you can download your very free goal sheet. Your goal activity sheet is available for you on my website. If you subscribe to our email, you'll get them every Monday morning. But go ahead and download your free goal activity sheet. Remember, we are here to maximize your Monday. What is maximizing your Monday? It's learning how to start your week with a goal. It's learning how to start your week aiming for success. Thank you so much, M3. It's about sitting down, creating a plan so that you too can reach the desires that you want out of yourself, out of your business, out of your life. So let's learn how to maximize your Monday instead of dreading your Mondays. Learning how to wake up and command your morning, command your day. Tell your day that it will be the way that you want it to be, and it will not stop you or hinder you from chasing the greater that is within you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in on this morning. So I want to talk to you this morning. I want to maximize your Monday by giving you some encouragement, letting you know that the same things that you went through, me too. I know, right? So I wanted to show you the top 3 things that we may have in common. Okay? So number 1, okay, is you don't know your purpose. Or you keep jumping from endeavor to endeavor. Oh my God, me too. I did the same thing. When I first, let me tell y'all, this is Chase Great Enterprises is my 8th business. And Chase Great is 4 years old, thank the Lord. But before Chase Great, I had 7 businesses. I jumped from 7 different endeavors. I was that one. What is she selling now? What is she offering me now? What is she doing now? I was that one. So for those out there who may not really know what your purpose is yet, or you keep jumping from endeavor to endeavor, looking and searching and trying to find out and trying to figure out, listen, me too. I did the same thing. It took me forever to figure out what my purpose was. It took me forever to figure out what was next. It took me forever to really capture what I wanted. So just know that you're not the only one who may be sitting back saying, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my gift? What am I here to do? What is my purpose? Why do I feel so unfulfilled? Guess what? Me too. I did the same thing. So don't feel that way. I want you to know that if you're in a position where you're feeling like you're still trying to find who you are, if you're in the position where you're jumping from endeavor to endeavor, don't worry, because we can figure it out. And you too have a purpose. Number 2, the gift that you have figured out. Okay, so you figured out you had a gift. Like, oh wait, I have something. I'm on to something. But it's an unfamiliar gift. Me too. My gift is so unfamiliar. It's not in that what I call the checkbox category. You know how you have the teacher, the doctor, the seamstress, the hairstylist, the makeup artist. Those are checkbox categories. It's kind of like people that they're born with this great talent. You know, they're born with this great thing. How about being a singer? I've always said, like, God, why didn't you give me a gift so that I can like sing or dance? I can't do either one. So the gift that he gave me was unfamiliar. So I didn't want to. I remember when I first started the company, I would always introduce myself to people as a business coach. And I would get convicted immediately. Why? Because that's not the title that God had given me. He had given me Vision Coach, but it was so unfamiliar, I didn't want to share it. I'm like, nobody's going to know what that is. No one's going to understand. I'm tired of explaining to people what a Vision Coach is. But the gift was unfamiliar, so I was so afraid to step into my purpose because it wasn't something that people were used to seeing. Some of you are afraid to step into your purpose because you have an unfamiliar gift. Some of you are afraid to start that business because you're afraid that people are going to tell you no, or no one's going to believe in you, or no one's going to see it the way that you see it, or no one's going to want to purchase your product, or no one's going to want to subscribe to your services. Hey, me too. I was that person until I sat down one day and said, you know what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? Like, really? What do I have to lose? I have 3 wonderful babies. I have a husband. I have everything just right in front of me. Why not? Why not just jump in and just give it all that I have? Right? Well, this quote is, you probably can't read it because it's backwards. But it says, you'll never know. No, wait. It says you never have to wonder what if you give it all you've got. You have an unfamiliar gift. You have something that doesn't look like everyone else's. You have something that you may not have seen operate the way that you want it to operate. And you're just so afraid to jump out there because you've never seen it before. Hey, me too. I built a company off of purpose. That's scary. But I had to trust in what God had given me. I had to trust in that unfamiliar gift. I had to sit down and I had to figure out what my life's purpose was because I was jumping from endeavor to endeavor. I had to sit down and I had to really focus in on what I was called and created to become. And then I had to believe enough in myself to say, you know what? Why not? Don't let what doesn't look familiar to others stop you from pursuing your purpose. Because guess what? God had given it to you because it was your job to make it familiar to others. But if you never step outside of the boat to show the world who you are and what you have, then there's so many other people that'll never step outside of the boat because they don't trust their unfamiliar gift. Number 3, doubt. Fear, discouragement. You haven't jumped out because you're discouraged, because you're afraid, because you sit back and you say, well, what if it doesn't work? Hey, me too. I said, what if this doesn't work? What if I can't get enough clients? What if people don't believe in me? What if people don't come to me? What if? Me too. But I had to step outside of the boat and say, you know what? I believe enough in me. I believe enough in God to know that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. I believe enough in the gift that he's given me to say, you know what? I'm going to stop jumping from endeavor to endeavor. I'm going to stop being confused in who I am. I'm going to stop settling for that job that I really dread, working that 9 to 5, following the systems of what someone told me to do instead of becoming who I was called to be. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to believe in my unfamiliar gift. I'm going to say, you know what? I don't care what other people have to say about my unfamiliar gift. I don't care what people have to say or whose opinion, because let me tell you, there's somebody out there that needs you. And until you step outside of the boat to say, you know what? My gift will make room for me, then those people are always going to be without, because you never decided to believe enough in you than you do in who you spend your 9 to 5 with or in your employer. Listen, the same person that pays you your check is sitting exactly in your shoes. These checks are not your weekly or bi-weekly paycheck just doesn't come. It's not a magic formula. Your employer pays you. So your employer sat in the same seat that you're sitting in saying, no, I don't want to do this. Who said that I should go out and start this firm? Who said that I should go and start this company? And now they have you sitting in their seat, maximizing their vision and their dreams. When are you going to believe enough in yourself to say, I've got it? Because you do. You have everything that you need to become exactly who you were called and created to be. You have dreams. You have desires. You have things that you want, but you have to make the decision. Is it going to be easy? No. Are you going to be afraid? Absolutely. Are you going to be discouraged? Yes. Will you have doubt? Yes. But you have a decision to make, because either you can settle and be who the world wants you to be, or you can soar and be who you were born and created to be. You have a reason. You have a purpose. So don't think that the next person who you see who may have become successful, or the next person whose life that you're looking at saying, oh my gosh, how are they doing that? Don't think that they don't have a story. Because no one knows the journey that I have to travel in order to stand before you. And I don't know the journey that you have to travel to stand before your audience. But do know that that journey has to be traveled so you can be the example to those you were called to impact. Don't underestimate your gift. Don't devalue what you have. Don't devalue those gifts, and that don't devalue that wonderful thing about you. We celebrated my Mother's Day on yesterday, and everyone, wants to give kudos to moms. And, I love being a mom. I love my babies, and I think mothers are amazing. But guess what? That's not the only thing that women were called to do. We weren't just called to be wives and to bear children. We have greater assignments over us. And while we're loving our mothers for treading through, because let me tell you, no one told me that being a mom would be so challenging sometimes. No one told me that. But no one told me that pursuing purpose will be challenging either. Anything that's worth working for, there's a process. So you have goals, you have dreams, you have ambitions, you have things that you want out of life. Don't just settle because you received a degree and now you feel like that you're supposed to sit in that career. Don't settle for that if that's not what you want. Sit down and figure out who you are. Know that you can create the profit that you desire. Know that you can create the life that you want. Know that the power of death and life is in everything that you say. So if you want life, if you want to be everything that that you've dreamed of becoming, then it's time for you to start speaking those things that are not as though they are, and start saying, you know what? I will not let my 9 to 5 consume me. I will not let my fear consume me. I will step out into my unfamiliar gifts. I'll stop jumping from endeavor to endeavor to endeavor, not only confusing myself, but confusing the world, because now I'm looking inconsistent and maybe a slight piece of bipolar. Now I'm showing the world that, hey, I really don't know who I am, so I'm just trying to jump on the next bandwagon. I'm not chasing profit. I'm chasing purpose. So I'm not chasing purpose. I'm chasing profit. That's the reason why I'm jumping from endeavor to endeavor. Now it's time for me to start chasing purpose so that I can have a reason for living, so that I can chase purpose and profit will come. If you're ready to live a life in prosperity, if you're ready to live a life that is fulfilling to you, then you have to make a decision. Hey, me too. I had to make a decision as well. I had to sit down and say, you know what? I have a business idea. You know what? I've been helping other people pursue their dreams. I've been a great administrative assistant. I've been a great student. I've been a great help. I've been a great manager. I've been a great all of that. And then I said, you know what? These gifts that I have, it's time for me to take my gifts and start building my own platform so that I can help and reach the masses. Did I jump from endeavor to endeavor? Yes. Was I unsure of my purpose? Absolutely. Do I have an unfamiliar gift? Yes. Is it hard for me to show the world who I am? Yeah, but I think people are starting to get the hang of it. Was I doubtful? Was I fearful? Was I afraid? Absolutely. Do I still get afraid? Am I still doubtful? Do I still get discouraged? Yes. Me too. But is that going to stop me from pursuing purpose? Nope. And it can't stop you. So listen, I need you to maximize your Monday on today. Sit down and really figure out who you are. You don't have to settle for the position that you're in. You don't. Don't get too comfortable in your comfort. Because there's no elevation in comfort. When you're comfortable, when you're at a monotone, when you're at a steady place, that means that you're doing nothing to cause growth. That means you're not moving, shaking, or rearranging anything to move to the next level. So you need to reevaluate your situation. Are you too comfortable? Are you too comfortable in where you are? Are you comfortable in your cushy paycheck and your cushy job, and you're comfortable in your home? Are you comfortable, all around? You're like, oh, I'm good. But yet you're not being fulfilled. But yet you're still trying to figure out who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. So you have an assignment today. You have an assignment for this week. Not only do you have to complete your Maximize Your Monday goal sheet, because I want you to create your goals for the week, but you also need to sit down and make a decision. I have one more. I got one more Me Too moment. Finances. For whatever reason, I was just pulled to that. Finances. I don't have the money to start a business, LaToya. What are you talking about? I want to come to your services, but I don't have the money to do that. Me too. When I first started my business, I didn't have the finances to do it. But I had to learn about sowing. I had to learn about, remember, everything that you sow, there's a harvest for everything that you sow. So understand that every sacrifice that you make to sow into your vision, you shall reap a harvest. And sometimes we have to sacrifice. Sometimes we have to move some stuff aside and say, you know what? I have a purpose to pursue. There's a bigger vision that I need to sit down and bring to life. There's something greater that I need to pursue. So you know what? I'm going to have to sacrifice. I've made a lot of sacrifices. The company is 4 years old. You don't understand how many sacrifices I've had to make. How many times I've had to invest. How many times I've had to say, you know what? I can't go get my hair done. I can't go get my nails done. I can't buy that new bag. I can't go to that basketball game because I need to take this money and reinvest it into myself. I need to take this money and reinvest it into my purpose, into who I was called to become, so that I can build, so that I can become greater. I know that there's a financial sacrifice. And I know sometimes that small piece of financial sacrifice, you're like, listen, LaToya, I'm already hanging by the hairs of my chinny chin. I really don't have time to be maneuvering more money and pouring into. But let me tell you how much of a sacrifice you have to make to gain everything you've ever desired. What are you willing to sacrifice to gain everything that you've ever desired? I know. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing a message. So listen, For all of those who are out there who are struggling with that mindset, I need you to sit down and make a decision. It's time. It's time to make a decision. Know that you're not the only one who had to go through these mind-boggling episodes before the decision was made. I did too. Me too. So I'm giving you 5 me toos. I was confused. I didn't know. I jumped from endeavor to endeavor. I did. I'm not even going to sit here and list all of the stuff I did before I became a vision coach. You guys wouldn't even believe me. But I did. I owned a basketball team. I was co-owner of a semi-professional basketball team. What? Do I look like I know how to play basketball? Okay, anyway. I don't, but it's okay. So, again, number 1, stop jumping from endeavor to endeavor. I did the same thing. Sit down and discover your purpose. Know why you're here. And then learn how to turn purpose into profit. Because it can happen. Number 2, if your gift is unfamiliar, so was mine. Believe in you. Be confident in what you have. Number 3, don't let doubt or fear stop you from moving forward. Because you have everything that it takes to become the exact person that you're supposed to be. When you start feeling doubtful, when you start being afraid, when you start being discouraged, that means you're going in the right direction. And my bonus is your finances. Don't let your finances control you. That's good. Don't let your finances control you. Invest in yourself. Invest in your vision. Invest in your business. And know that every seed that you sow will reap a harvest. It's inevitable. You can't stop that. So even though you may feel like you don't have it right now, if you just sow a little, you never know how big the reward may be. So listen, maximize your Monday on today. Remember, we don't dread Mondays, we maximize them. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I am here every single Monday for Maximize Your Monday. Be sure to download your very free goal activity sheet at www.chasegreatenterprises.com. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to email me at info@chasegreatenterprises.com. Listen, I'm going to take the next 2 minutes. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to type them in really quickly. I know some of you may be at work, you may be in your headphones and you really can't talk. You can email me your questions, or you can very quickly chime in and ask your questions, and I am taking questions really quickly on Facebook and on Periscope. So if you have any questions, please feel free. I know that some of you were chiming in while I was talking, but I was trying to keep the flow going. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Anyone? Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in. Don't forget to download your goal sheet for the week. Again, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any additional questions that you may not want to ask publicly, please email me at info@chasegreatenterprises.com. I am terrified to quit my job, but I know I need to. Listen, you're terrified because of the comfort. You're terrified because you've gotten so comfortable, and we rely on our 9 to 5. We rely on our paychecks to sustain us. But just imagine how much more you can pour into yourself, and you can gain 100 times more than what your employer is giving you. Do you know that when you're working, they're only giving you a fraction of what you have to offer? I know you're afraid. I was terrified too. When I quit my job, I had just had my 3rd child. I'm like, what? How am I going to do this? How am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to? But when I start believing in me, and when I start allowing God to lead, guide, and direct me, it has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. So you're not the only one who feels that way. And I can definitely help you. Absolutely. We got to create an exit strategy for you. You need an exit plan, so that you can kind of build that comfort to transition from full-time corporate to full-time purpose. Anyone else? Okay, so I want you guys to have an amazing day. Again, happy Mommy's Day to all of my mothers. I know I'm a day late, but you know, it's every day is Mommy's Day. Especially when you got to get up and get them together. It's great. I feel I have multiple talents, passions. I seem all over the place sometimes. How do you know where to focus or what purpose is? Very good. That's a good question. Very good. Very good. So, how do you know? So, yes, we all have, especially as women, but we all have amazing talents. We all have amazing, passions. We're good at a lot of different things, but there's a difference between your purpose and being good at something. So, with that, we will sit down. I will need you to sit down and really create a list of all of the things that you enjoy doing. And then we will have to tie some things in so that we can see what the purpose is versus what you just enjoy doing. Because sometimes we'll mix up what we enjoy doing for our purpose. When you're in purpose, it's something that you eat, sleep, and drink it. It's just like, I can't live without it. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. It kind of seeps through your pores. It comes, once you identify it, it starts to become a second nature. Just like being a mom or just like being a dad, how, when a baby is crying, it's second nature to go and find out what's wrong with this child. That's how purpose is. So sometimes we'll start doing certain things, and because we're good at it, we'll kind of misinterpret it as our purpose. And then once we get tired of it, we don't want to do it anymore. But when you're in purpose, because through any trial, through any tribulation, through any adversity, you want to stay consistent. You want to stay in it. And another way to know when you're on purpose is when you're constantly being attacked in that particular area. So let's use this young lady for instance. Say you enjoy helping, only because I know this young lady, so I know she's a scholar. So she's like she was one of the smartest students that I know. Anyway, so she's great in school. So say you're supposed to be working with students and helping kids be great, right? And so every time you get ready to do that, something comes up or something happens, or when you're doing it, you just love it so much and this is all you want to do. You'll even do it for free. Like if you could spend the rest of your life doing this one thing, you would. That's kind of how you know when you're living in purpose, when it's something that you want to do nonstop, whether you're being paid for it or whether you're not. And anytime you're being attacked by it, being attacked in that situation all the time, that's kind of when you're going in the right direction. There's a lot more that we can talk about as it pertains to identifying purpose. And maybe one day we'll jump in and we'll kind of go step by step with identifying purpose. But my number one step is first to be in a position of vulnerability. Be ready, be open to receive what God wants to share with you, what your purpose is. Sit down and pray about it. Ask God, okay, God, I need to know. I'm ready to know. And be in a position of vulnerability where He'll speak to you. Because sometimes we feel like we know it all, or we got it all together, or we've done it and I'm good, and we don't want to listen. So you have to sit down and really receive that moment, that aha moment that shows you, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is where I'm supposed to be. So that number one step, that's how I feel about being a designer. And that's when you found your niche. When you wake up thinking about it, I dream about purpose. Like, oh my gosh, like, come on, really? I would like to just go to sleep and I can't. I've woken up God is waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning to give me ideas, to pour into me. And I'm up like, yes, writing it down because I'm so excited. That's when you know you found your area. Okay? Hopefully I answered your question the best way I could, Tamika. I'm sorry. So, if anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, ideas, recommendations. If not, again, enjoy your day. You can feel free to email me at info@chasegreatenterprises.com. If not, I will see you next Monday. You should keep a notepad by your bed. I'm telling you, because when them ideas come, you got to write them down or you'll forget. I promise you'll forget. So, please go to the website at www.chasegreatenterprises.com, and I'll have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys next week. Be blessed. Okay, Periscope don't want to go off.